Thank you so much for joining us today on Real Business Roundtable. Today we're going to talk about something that I have had to learn throughout my life, going through different phases of insecurities and stuff like that. I got it happened a lot for me in COVID. During COVID, I did a lot of research, and the research that I did and the things that I practiced really helped me understand how powerful what we're about to talk about is, and that is how to talk to yourself and how to talk to yourself in the right way that can position you for success. So, we're talking about stuff like,
the inner voice when it comes to success. Sometimes you want to make sure you're not psyching yourself out. What are you saying to yourself? Are you saying things negative? Are you saying things positive? Those inner thoughts and those inner things that you're talking about in your mind can impact the direction and the outcome that comes from whatever it is you're trying to accomplish.
Yeah, so normally it's normal for people to be, in a sense, in a comedic sense, to be self-deprecating. No, okay. So what I'm trying to say is, it's almost normal in today's world, and maybe even like
self-deprecation.
Yeah, to speak poorly about yourself. And
let's get going with that one.
And it's really bad. It's not good, and it's just we want to help people understand through our experiences why speaking positively and how talking to yourself, legitimately talking to yourself, can really benefit what you do and what your goals and how you hit those goals. It's all about quantum thoughts. And
really bad habit in society right now where people are shamed for having self-confidence or being confident, and then they'll label it as cocky. And they're like, you should be humble. You should be humble. I don't know anybody who's successful by just being like, yeah, I'm a piece of shit. I can't do nothing. I'm not good enough. I want to just go cry. That is not the way to be successful. No. There's a such thing as being, I guess you could say, you're not trying to be overly boastful. Be confident, but don't act like you're the best in the world. But I guess it's all it's based on the situation, because if you're selling somebody your service, you need to be the best in the world.
But we're talking about talking to yourself, not how you talk to others.
Okay. Because some people say, oh, you need to be humble. But sometimes that humbleness can come off really like, oh, yeah, you really can't do shit. Oh, well, yeah. There's a tasteful way to do it.
Yeah.
There's a right way and there's a wrong way to do it, where someone's just like, they don't know that your act to be humble and try to fit into society is actually hurting you. But with your inside, you need to think that you're the best in the world. And if you're not, strive to be, learn, innovate, research, try to do things a little bit better than what other people are doing. Try not to copy. That's a big one. Try not to copy, but tell yourself in your mind that you are you can do it. You will do it. You are doing it.
Yes. So it's, there's this word that, there's certain words that people say to themselves that are almost like a blockade for allowing them to have that true, open-mindedness to being very successful, open-mindedness to reaching a goal that may seem unachievable. You can't say, if I do this, if I do that, I will do this, I will do that. And those words are very, very, very powerful. The way you speak to yourself determines the amount of success you achieve in your life, and the amount of goals that you achieve, and the way you achieve those goals, and how quickly. So, I personally dealt with this a long time ago. Whatever, or I'd speak down to myself based on other people's opinions. And I had to completely rewire my brain in a way where I got rid of those words. And to this day, me sharing goals with people, me sharing, the way I think with people, they don't see it as in a good way. They don't see it the same way I do. And that's okay. That's how things are supposed to be in this industry, and in being an entrepreneur, in trying to build a business. A lot of people won't understand you, but as long as you speak to yourself the way that you should speak to yourself, then you will be able to achieve those goals. You will be able to see the goal. And so I think this is a very valuable thing for people to hear, because like you said before, it's normal today for some reason to talk down about yourself to yourself, and that is so toxic, and you don't even realize it.
It's terrible.
And
Absolutely terrible. That's my opinion. And what's his name? Brad Lee, the owner of Lightspeed VT, the virtual training. He had a really good clip once that I liked, and he was talking about, I hope I'm correct on this. He was talking about how the definition of humble, if you actually look it up, it's like terrible. And then he was something about like how, I don't know the whole thing about, but the word humble is being used the wrong way.
wait,
Look up the definition. So basically the word humble, it's thrown around like a lot of other words in today's world, and people are just kind of labeling it whatever it is, whatever pop culture says it is.
Okay, yeah, this is horrible.
Yeah.
So the direct definition of humble is having or showing a modest or low estimate of one's own importance. I don't agree with that.
You know what my answer to that is no way. No. That's terrible. That is terrible. There's got to be a better word to use for that.
There is.
So like just more subtle. He's more subtle. That might be a better word to use than humble. Be more subtle. Okay. Don't be such a loud, hey, I'm the best, ba ba ba. But here's the caveat, and I love saying that caveat. If you're in sales or business development, or you're trying to get a client, you need to first be the best. You need to believe you're the best. And you need to express and convey that you're the best. Because nobody wants to work with, they're all right. So keep that in mind. Being too humble or too subtle sometimes isn't good in certain situations. I really feel that all the entrepreneurs out there, all the business people, even the executives that are employees that are in a very competitive work environment, feel it that you're the best. If you don't feel that you're the best, strive to become the best. How do you strive to become the best? Set goals for yourself. Set milestones. I'm going to hit this goal. Hit that goal. Feel good. Don't be satisfied. Be happy, but keep going. Hit the goal. Hit the goal. Hit the goal. Challenge yourself. If you play video games,
treat your life and your career like it's a video game. That's what I do when I'm working on my stuff.
I treat it. I watch my son play video games. He's beating all these levels. And back when I was a kid, I loved video games. I kind of treat my business and life like that. Like I want to achieve this. I passed this level. Super Mario, going on the flag. So, but like I'm trying to be realistic so people can understand and relate it to something. So to make it easy for people. So look at things like stages or levels of a video game. And then every time you beat that level, think about when you beat that level in that video game. You feel good, right? Do that in life. Hit those milestones, and then you gain the confidence to know that you're really good, to know that you're the best, to know that you're a contender.
But to hit those goals and to prepare yourself to hit those milestones, you have to get rid of humble. Your parents, your people around in your life always say be humble. Never be humble. Humble is horrible. Be subtle. You don't have to boast. You don't have to brag, you don't have to be like that, but don't be humble, be subtle.
Because the way I look at it, I always refer to it as down to earth, because material things, money, success, like the Egyptians, they thought they could go to heaven with all their riches. That shit doesn't matter. But there's nothing wrong with having self-confidence. Have the self-confidence and believe in yourself, because that inner voice is going to impact your success. Don't tell yourself you can't do something. Now, if something is not in line with your morals, okay, that's fine. But if something there is a goal there and you feel like, I don't think I can do it, take small baby steps towards it. Break it up. So you say, hey, okay, here's the ultimate goal. I want to hit this. Okay, I'm going to hit this little milestone, this milestone, this milestone. Break it up. I think I said this in another episode. It's like when you look at a big book and you get intimidated and you're like, I don't want to read this whole book. Break it up into like half chapters. break it up into mini sections. And then over the course of 4 months or whatever, you just read a huge book like that. Just break it up. And then that will help your inner voice be more believable that you can achieve that.
When you have a bump in the road, when we have a goose egg, when we have no, listen.
Goose egg.
Listen.
The goose egg is the devil. The goose egg, throw it like a football. Get the fuck out of here. I hate goose egg. So a goose egg means no new business came in the door. Like this. That's the perfect sound effect for a goose egg. I think in the history of our company was 1 month last year was 0. Terrible. In business, it happens.
Nobody's perfect.
No, I'm just trying to say, like, I like being honest. And yes, I've had a goose egg. Last year, I had 1 goose egg. We had a lot of shit going on. We did have a couple like existing client upgrades, which is good. It's still new revenue, but it happens. Not everything is perfect.
When we have a blank month, let's say there's a bump in the road, there's something that needs to be like there's something bad that's going on. What do you say to yourself?
Yeah.
Inside here.
Great question. This is what I say to myself. When everybody else is reacting to what the TV is saying, I tell myself these 3 words. I will not react. I will not acknowledge, and I will not participate in what? Freaking out and responding to what let's say, what's going on Wall Street, what's going on with interest rates, what's going on here. At the end of the day, your business is still open. The doors are still open. Our business is still open. What are you reacting for? Why are you acknowledging? Why are you even participating? Oh, I need to pull back. Why? People are still buying your product. People still need your service. What are you doing? I get so fired up of that. So what I do is I don't react, acknowledge, or participate. I do not. I say in my mind, my business is my universe. My customers are my world. I will focus on the task at hand, and I will not participate in the nonsense. All the puppets. What's the TV saying? No, I'm focusing on the business. Boom, 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 boom. And it always works. Now, once again, a caveat twinkle. Sometimes my business's growth gets impacted by, unfortunately, other people that listen to orders from a TV box. I always tell myself, if you hear something, if you're worried about something in your business, totally understandable. But you're going to negatively impact your inner voice for success if you let some of that stuff dictate everything that you do in your business. Think for a minute. Hundreds of thousands of dollars in growth every month because they're not following the path that everyone takes. So another thing to keep in mind with your inner voice when it comes to success, stop following the path that everyone else is taking. There's a reason why they have the ups and downs and they all copy each other. Think outside the box. And I know that's a cliche word to say, but think differently. So I respect, and you know who. Yeah. He was like, yeah, I'm going to blast out in the winter. Let's go. Boom, 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 boom. Insane results. Insanity. In the whole history of me doing growth consulting for, let's say, contractors, I've never seen, most of them are like, no, we're pulling back for the winter. And there's just so much. You got to respect what the client says. We pull back. All right. But sometimes, and like this time, he was like, no, we're going. I was like, good idea, because no one else is doing this. Now we're going to capture all of the market. Ladies and gentlemen.
Wait. I was going to...
Thank you for watching the Real Business Roundtable. Be sure to subscribe, follow on Instagram, click notifications to see new episodes, and I'll check you later.